Many children with FAS have a difficult time eating and being fed, and as infants it takes a very long time to feed them. This is in part because of poor development of their muscles.
When my niece was a baby, she did not suck on the bottle for very long, and her mother used to tap her on the side of the mouth, so after 1 minute she would remember to wake up and start sucking again.
Often they are diagnosed as failure to thrive. This is a term that describes children who do not grow.
One strategy that we found with new FAS babies, that they're so easily distracted that you would sit yourself in a corner. So you were facing the corner and you would swaddle the baby. And you could then force eye contact and you'd lower the lighting in the room, and then you really limited what the baby could see and you could feed them. The only problem with that was that sometimes it was so dark and comfortable you wanted to go to sleep yourself.
As you are sleep deprived as a parent.
But for all of it, even at that, it would not be unusual to spend 45 minutes to get 1 or 2 ounces of formula into a baby. It was...
The feeding issue, like you were saying, Bill, is not a matter of a baby. I have it with my 8-year-old. The same lighting all the time, the same stuff on the table all the time, in the same order, trying to get him to eat and to just accept food in his mouth and swallow. We aren't even worried about chewing yet.
Foods that are served warm rather than hot or cold may be easier for children to tolerate, and always allow for plenty of finger foods. Cutlery can be irritating to children with oral sensitivities. This lunchtime is going well for Janelle because Sandy has set a very simple tabletop. She is also careful to keep stimulation like phone calls and television to a minimum.
Compared to other children, children with fetal alcohol syndrome are shorter and weigh less. It is not uncommon for a 7-year-old with FAS to weigh the same as an average 2.5-year-old would weigh. This is a cause of great concern to parents who feel that their children are not receiving adequate nutrition.
It was really scary as a recovering mother because he gained weight so slowly. And I was always afraid someone would think that I was drinking again and not feeding him. That it was a reflection of my parenting, like you were saying.
I had a similar problem, and I'm an adoptive mom, but my child was in a nutrition program and was not gaining weight. And they began to really question, was I following the regimen?
Having realistic expectations of children's appetites and behavior at mealtimes is important. Always allow ample time for eating. Children may stop and start many times during a meal. Give small servings and try using a shallow bowl and spoon rather than a plate and fork to make eating easier. And avoid discussing stressful topics at mealtime.